I think if you had said to Cat, 15 years ago that she would be a Fox News personality, she might have sort of laughed at you, but then seeing what she does day to day, it is who she is.
Cat Timpf has made a significant mark in the world of journalism and commentary, known for her sharp wit, incisive opinions, and vibrant personality. As a prominent figure on Fox News, Timpf has captivated audiences with her insightful analysis and engaging presence. Beyond her TV career, she's authored a book that offers a deeper look into her thoughts and experiences. Today, we'll look at the various facets of her life and career, her influential role on Gutfeld, her rise within Fox News, and her personal journey. Early life and education. Cat Timpf was born Catherine Claire Timpf, October 29, 1988, in Detroit. Growing up in a tight-knit family, she developed a keen interest in current events and journalism from an early age. Her parents, Anne Marie and Daniel Timpf, encouraged her curiosity and supported her academic pursuits. She attended Hillsdale College, a private liberal arts college in Michigan, where she graduated magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English in 2010. Her time there was marked by a passion for writing and public speaking, which she honed through various academic and extracurricular activities. During college, she contributed to the campus newspaper and participated in numerous debates. Her educational background laid a solid foundation for her career in journalism. Reflecting on it, Timpf has often emphasized the importance of a liberal arts education in shaping her critical thinking skills and intellectual versatility. Quote, "Hillsdale taught me to think critically and express myself clearly," she once remarked. Career beginnings. Her journey into the world of journalism began soon after graduating from Hillsdale. With a strong academic foundation and a passion for media, she started her career at Leadership Institute's campusreform.org, where she reported on issues affecting college campuses. Her work there showcased her ability to tackle controversial topics with a blend of humor and incisiveness, traits that would become her signature style. Her early career saw her taking on various roles in journalism and media. Timpf contributed to the Washington Times, working as a digital editor, and also served as a news anchor for NASA's Third Rock Radio. Each position added to her diverse portfolio, allowing her to refine her skills in reporting, editing, and broadcasting. This period was marked by relentless hard work and determination to make a mark in the industry. She frequently wrote for publications like National Review and Orange County Register. Her breakthrough moment came with her participation in the Fund for American Studies Robert Novak Journalism Fellowship Program. This opportunity allowed her to delve deeper into investigative journalism, producing substantial work that garnered attention. Reflecting on these early career years, she said, "Those initial years were about finding my voice and learning the ropes. Every role, every article was a step towards becoming the journalist I wanted to be." Rise at Fox News.
Over the weekend, I was at a bar and a girl she realized I worked at Fox News, started screaming at me, telling me to get out. I tried to move to a different area of the bar. She kept screaming at me, telling me to get out. I kept trying to say, like, what did I say that you had a problem with? Or maybe I thought it was one of my views that was so offensive. She said it doesn't matter. I don't think she knew a single thing that I ever said on TV. She just knew where I worked.
Cat's entry into Fox News marked a significant turning point, catapulting her into the national spotlight. She joined the network in 2015, quickly making a name for herself with her sharp commentary and unique sense of humor. Her ability to tackle complex political and social issues with wit and clarity resonated with a wide audience. At Fox News, she became a regular on various programs, including The Greg Gutfeld Show, where her incisive commentary and comedic timing made her a standout personality. Her contributions were not limited to just humor. She brought a thoughtful and analytical perspective to discussions, often challenging conventional viewpoints and sparking lively debates. Her rise within the network was swift, as she became known for her candid and unfiltered style. Timpf's work on Fox News extended beyond traditional commentary. She took on roles as a contributor on Fox and Friends, Outnumbered, and The Five, showcasing her skills. Her presence on these shows solidified her reputation as a formidable voice in political journalism. Her rise at Fox News was also marked by her engagement with a broad audience, from young viewers to seasoned political enthusiasts. Her ability to connect with people through various platforms like social media further amplified her influence. Her candid and relatable approach earned her a loyal following, making her one of the most recognizable faces on the network. Time on Gutfeld.
There's no such thing as a typical day in my life. I get up, I write jokes for Greg every morning, and then we have a writer's meeting at 2:30. We get the rundown, the list of topics for the show. I try to write something for every single topic, but we also, some of it has to be off the cuff because you never know where the show's gonna end up going. But then also I'll do segments for other shows sometimes. Sometimes there'll be bits that I'll have to film. So every day is a little bit different, but those are the things that are pretty much the same.
Cat Timpf's role on Gutfeld has been a defining aspect of her career at Fox. The show, known for a blend of political commentary and comedy, provided the perfect platform for Cat to showcase her talents. She joined the cast as a regular panelist, bringing her sharp wit and insightful perspectives to the lively discussions led by host Greg Gutfeld. On Gutfeld, Timpf quickly became a fan favorite. Her ability to dissect serious issues with humor and intelligence resonated with the audience. She brought a fresh and relatable voice to the show, often using her comedic skills to highlight absurdities in politics and culture. Her contributions went beyond mere commentary. She played an integral role in shaping the show's dynamic and tone. Quote, comedy allows us to talk about things in a way that is accessible and engaging. Her chemistry with Greg Gutfeld and the other panelists created a compelling and entertaining viewing experience. Timpf's presence on the show has not only boosted its popularity, but also cemented her status as a prominent voice in political satire. Personal life. Cat's personal life has always intrigued her fans and followers, adding a humanizing dimension to her public persona. Despite her high-profile career, she has managed to maintain a degree of privacy, sharing glimpses of her life without overwhelming public scrutiny. Timpf was born and raised in Detroit in a close-knit family that has played a significant role in shaping her values and outlook on life. She's often spoken about the influence of her family, particularly her parents, who instilled in her a strong work ethic and sense of humor. She's credited her father, who worked in the media industry, with sparking her interest in journalism. Quote, my dad's passion for media definitely rubbed off on me, she said, reflecting on her early inspirations. She's been open about her experiences with health issues, including a significant surgery in 2017. She underwent a successful neck surgery to remove a benign tumor, a period that certainly tested her resilience. Throughout the ordeal, she continued to engage with her audience, sharing updates and maintaining her trademark humor. Her candidness about her health struggles has endeared her to many, showcasing her vulnerability and strength.
I thought about how many times I've been true in my life, whether when my mom died when I was 26, or any of the things that I went through that were tough, how weird people started acting around me. So in addition to being devastated by something, I also felt isolated by it. And then how much humor helped me get through those things.
In addition to her professional and health journeys, her personal life includes her relationship with Cameron Frisha, a research associate at Kochu Management. The couple's relationship became public in 2020, and they got married in May of 2021. Timpf has occasionally shared insights into their life together, balancing the demands of her career with her personal happiness. Her book, Cat Timpf's foray into authorship, further solidifies her status as a multifaceted media personality. Her book, You Can't Joke About That, Why Everything is Funny, Nothing is Sacred, and We're All in This Together, published in 2023, delves into the nuances of humor, free speech, and the cultural climate surrounding what can and cannot be joked about. The book is a testament to her belief in the power of humor to bridge divides and foster understanding. In You Can't Joke About That, she explores her experiences and observations, blending personal anecdotes with broader societal commentary. She tackles controversial subjects with her characteristic wit and candor, making a compelling case for the importance of humor and discourse. Quote, humor has always been a way for me to cope with and understand the world. The reception of her book has been largely positive, with readers and critics appreciating her bold approach to sensitive topics. Her ability to infuse serious discussions with humor has resonated with many, offering a refreshing perspective on issues that often polarize. The unexpected diagnosis. Cat Timpf's life took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with a life-threatening perforated bowel. At just 32 years old, the comedian and political commentator found herself facing a medical emergency that changed her life. The diagnosis came as a shock not only to Timpf, but to her fans and colleagues who knew her as the quick-witted panelist on Fox News' Gutfeld. As a rising star in political commentary and comedy, Timpf had built a reputation for her sharp humor and libertarian views. She was known for her ability to tackle complex issues with wit and insight, making her a favorite among viewers of Fox News programs. But this sudden health crisis threatened to derail everything she had worked for. A perforated bowel is a serious condition where a hole develops in the wall of the intestine, allowing its contents to leak into the abdominal cavity. This can lead to severe infection, and if left untreated, it can be fatal. For Timpf, the diagnosis meant immediate action was necessary to save her life. The gravity of the situation was not lost on her as she faced the possibility of a drastically altered future or even death. The revelation of her condition came as a surprise to many, as Timpf had always been private about her personal life. Known for her comedic takes on political and social issues, she suddenly found herself in a situation that was anything but funny. The contrast between her public persona and the private battle she was fighting was stark, highlighting the often unseen struggles that public figures endure. However, true to her nature, Timpf later used this experience as inspiration for her work and as a way to connect with others who have gone through similar ordeals. This approach to adversity, finding humor and meaning even in the darkest moments, would become a hallmark of her post-surgery career and personal philosophy. The diagnosis also forced Timpf to confront her own mortality at a relatively young age. As someone who had built a career on providing commentary on the world around her, she now had to turn that analytical eye inward, examining her own life and priorities. The life-saving surgery.
And I had it reversed at the beginning of January, and then I had complications where blood was gushing out of my ass so bad that I needed a transfusion, and this was on January 6th.
Wow.
Like that one. But
that's an insurrection.
Right, but here's the thing. It was the most pain I've ever been in, but like, that's fucking hilarious, right?
Yeah.
I forever I didn't want to talk about it though, because I don't want people to be like, oh, like, was that okay? Like, no, I'm not okay. I have this gaping wound in my stomach. I can't even see my belly button. Like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm not okay, bro. No. But every time I had to watch like different politicians cry on TV I was like, I bet you my January 6th was worse than yours.
With her life hanging in the balance, Timpf underwent an ileostomy surgery. The procedure involves creating an opening in the abdominal wall and attaching the end of the small intestine to it, forming a stoma. This allows waste to be collected in an external pouch, bypassing the damaged section of the bowel and allowing it to heal. The decision to undergo such a major surgery was not taken lightly, but it was necessary to save her life. The complexity of the surgery and the potential for complications added to the stress of the situation. Timpf had to come to terms with the fact that her body would be permanently altered, and that her daily life would change significantly. For someone in the public eye, particularly in the often unforgiving world of political commentary, this presented unique challenges. She had to consider how this change would affect her career, her public image, and her personal relationships. The surgery was not only life-saving, but also life-altering. Timpf had to adapt to a new way of living, managing her stoma and dealing with the physical and emotional challenges that came with it. This included learning how to care for the stoma, adjusting her diet, and dealing with potential complications. And she had to navigate the psychological impact of such a significant change to her body image and sense of self. Despite the serious nature of the situation, Timpf approached her recovery with the same humor and candor that made her popular on television. This resilience in the face of adversity would become a defining characteristic of her post-surgery life. She later recounted in her book, You Can't Joke About That, about how her father remarked on her resilience, saying, quote, "Cat, you're only 32, but what have you not been through?" This comment sparked a realization in Timpf about the power of shared experiences and the importance of being able to talk about them openly. The surgery also forced Timpf to confront societal taboos around discussing bodily functions and medical conditions. As she recovered, she began to recognize the importance of open dialogue about these topics, not just for her own healing, but for others who might be going through similar experiences. The road to recovery.
I know for me, every tough thing I've been through, I've only felt worse and more isolated when anybody who knew I was going through that struggled to say the right thing around me.
What do I say?
Yeah, because then I feel isolated on top of everything else that I'm already going through. So I would really argue that this cultural policing of speech and of humor really is hurting people's ability to heal, but also to make connections with each other. Because every tough thing you go through, you're ultimately building a connection with everyone else who's been through it.
Timpf's recovery was not just physical, but also emotional and psychological. She was initially hesitant to discuss her condition with others, fearing they'd treat her differently. This reluctance to open up was reminiscent of how she had dealt with other difficult times in her life, such as when her mother passed away. But as she navigated her new reality, Timpf began to recognize the therapeutic power of humor. She found that laughter not only helped her cope with her own situation, but also provided a way to connect with others who had gone through similar experiences. Timpf's experience led her to question the unwritten rules of speech and sensitivity that often prevent people from discussing difficult topics openly. She came to believe that these self-imposed restrictions on speech were actually harmful, especially to those they were meant to protect. Impact on her career. The surgery and recovery process had a profound impact on Timpf's career and personal philosophy. It reinforced her libertarian views on individual freedom and self-expression, while also giving her a new appreciation for the power of vulnerability in public discourse. In her work on Gutfeld and other Fox News programs, Timpf began to incorporate her experience into her commentary, using it as a lens through which to view social and political issues. She became an advocate for free speech in comedy, arguing that intention and context are crucial when considering potentially offensive jokes. Timpf's ordeal also influenced her writing. Her book, You Can't Joke About That, became a bestseller, resonating with readers who appreciated her honest and humorous take on difficult subjects. In it, she explores how humor can be a tool for healing and connection, rather than a source of division. The experience also shaped Timpf's approach to her live comedy shows. As she toured the U.S., she found that her openness about her surgery and other personal challenges helped her connect with diverse audiences. This reinforced her belief that people have more in common than political divisions might suggest, a perspective she brings to her work as an independent voter and commentator.
Watch Cat Timpf utterly roasts Joe Biden.
To go to the point that I knew, you have to say to yourself, when the leader of the free world, literally the most powerful man alive, has an imaginary friend, that's when I kind of knew, and we're going to show the clip, that's when I knew we're in real trouble here.
Let's see it.
You guys.
Cat Timpf launched her critique of Joe Biden's presidency by pointing to moments that symbolized not just lapses in judgment, but an alarming detachment from reality. The underlying theme of her roast was not just about Biden's gaffes, but what they revealed about his ability to lead the nation effectively.
A piece in the Wall Street Journal talked about this, pointing to special counsel Robert Hur explaining that he wasn't going to charge Biden in part because he didn't think a jury would convict a guy with such diminished faculties. Anyway, it was a huge moment that I will never forget. Much like my engagement, finding out I was pregnant, and that one time Greg told me I was doing a good job. But it wasn't the only one. There were a lot of truly crazy moments that we were somehow supposed to accept as being perfectly normal.
The narrative shifted to Biden's public interactions, where his frequent struggles with names and identities highlighted a concerning pattern. These moments, Timpf suggested, weren't isolated mistakes, but part of a larger issue with his cognitive faculties.
It's all about treating people with dignity. And it's about making sure that, look, I mean, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense to a black man.
Yeah, he can't be racist, guys. He helped out, what's his name? The black guy. That's dignity. His name's Lloyd Austin, by the way. And of course, let's not forget my own personal favorite.
You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
So that was the problem this whole time? And you all thought it was dementia. But hey, to his credit, since he took office, not one person has been diagnosed with oil cancer. Oh, man. Yep. That's why I and so damn many other people I know have cancer. Remember that? And then they were like, oh, he said he's been affected by cancer. That's not what he said.
The infamous Easter Bunny incident was another point of focus, illustrating how Biden's interactions with the public often bordered on the absurd. This moment encapsulated the chaotic and sometimes baffling nature of his presidency.
Did he think at that exact moment, like, yes, wild giant bunny, I will follow you this way. I have no idea what's going on. Like, he was starting to talk about, like, geopolitical catastrophe that he was leading, and the bunny's like, over here, buddy, out this way.
Truly wild.
Timpf and her panel also reflected on Biden's legacy, particularly the public's lowered expectations for leadership. What once might have been considered a bare minimum was now celebrated, further emphasizing the stark contrast between Biden's presidency and those that came before.
He did a great job. He did it.
You know, it really does show how bad, what we've come to accept when we're all applauding that he was capable of good morning.
Yeah.
He walked to the appropriate place, stopped, and said good morning.
That's right.
And apparently it was morning.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he did go into a tirade with some racial slurs, but notwithstanding, he did a good job up until that point.
Paul Morrow chimed in with a broader observation about the structural impact of Biden's leadership, or lack thereof. His remarks painted a picture of an administration that had been running on autopilot for years, with predictable consequences.
When the top person is MIA, the thing runs for a while, but then at the edges, it starts to completely fray. We haven't had an executive for 4 years, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, that clip you showed, 2022. Aaron, do you think this is all on the media, or do you put this on anyone else also?
Oh, there's definitely a large level of culpability in the media, but also in the Biden administration. These people knew that this man was not up for the job, and we've seen these clips. He's clearly not up for the job.
The discussion closed with reflections on the normalization of Biden's public missteps. Timpf highlighted how these moments, once shocking, had become routine, prompting a broader critique of the media and administration's role in perpetuating this acceptance.
Stuff like forgetting people were dead.
Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
Yeah, that Jackie he was looking for died a month before that. And he would forget who living people were, too.
The media's role in minimizing these concerns became a key focus as well. Perini criticized both the administration and the press corps for enabling a presidency that she argued was shielded from proper scrutiny.
Did he think at that exact moment, like, yes, wild giant bunny, I will follow you this way. I have no idea what's going on. Like, he was starting to talk about, like, geopolitical catastrophe that he was leading.
Finally, Timpf highlighted a particularly poignant moment of Biden's presidency that exemplified the lowered bar for leadership. While the moment may seem humorous, it underscored the broader concerns about his capacity to govern.
Yeah, that clip you showed, 2022. Aaron, do you think this is all on the media, or do you put this on anyone else also?
Oh, there's definitely a large level of culpability in the media, but also in the Biden administration. These people knew that this man was not up for the job, and we've seen these clips. He's clearly not up for the job. Here's the thing. Robert Hur, as special counsel, did an interview with Joe Biden and then put out the report in early 2024. And in that report said, we won't prosecute him because we don't think a jury could find him culpable in this situation given his mental decline. which means during that interview, which was before the report came out, people were in that room and aware of where Joe Biden was mentally. This is actually a massive cover-up.
Yeah.
And in that interview we just saw with Isaac, he then goes on to say, you know, they could finish this like the West Wing and know that they have more power right now every single day than they do when they're out of the White House. This isn't the West Wing. This is reality. This is much worse than Veep. It's not funny anymore. That man is the sitting president of the United States, can't remember who's in his cabinet, can't remember if there are people near him, can't remember what's going on half the time, and he's supposed to make the decisions to keep us all safe. That should terrify everybody.
From Biden's frequent public gaffes to the media's role in shielding him from scrutiny, we've explored some of the most talked about moments of his presidency. Whether it's forgetting the names of key figures, surreal incidents like the Easter Bunny intervention, or the broader implications of a leader perceived as absent, these moments raise significant questions about his leadership and legacy. What do you think defines Biden's presidency the most? These public gaffes, the administration's responses, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below.